I'm a big believer that the more that you serve the universe as such, the more that you will get back in return.
This is the Game Changers Experience. Deep dive conversations with leading business disruptors, Olympic athletes, celebrities, entrepreneurs, and influencers from around the world. This show will teach you insights about the winning principles in mindset, productivity, marketing, branding, entrepreneurship, business strategy, and more. Hosted by Productivity Authority, business strategist, former elite athlete, author, and public speaker, Adam Strong.
Off the back of that, there were a lot of things that really opened up for me. And I think if it wasn't for the summit, I think if it wasn't for the speeches and the value that we came from and the message, I don't think it would. I'm a strong believer that I don't think that those opportunities would have come about as much as they are right now. I don't believe that. I don't think that the impact of the summit would have been as successful if we'd have been in, because most of us were in kind of a lockdown phase. That's the reason why I think that, because a lot of people were working from home, I think that had also an advantage as well. But more, and I think that the other thing as well, especially from my perspective, is that it brought this brand awareness, and off the back of that, Elliot, we've got, the Game Changer Summit. And then it came off the Game Changers Experience. We've created that theme of Game Changers, right? So, and people love that name, by the way. I get so many great comments from some of our influencers, and they're like, "Hey, I love your concept of Game Changers, right? I just love the name." So brand awareness. It created this massive brand awareness. It kind of put us on the roadmap in the entrepreneurial world more than anything else. Yep. But then. I've just kind of lost count how many podcast interviews that I've done. I've lost count how many opportunities and collaborations that people have offered out to. So, I'm a big believer that the more that you serve the universe as such, the more that you will get back in return. Because I think that, and I kind of mentioned this actually on I think it was a podcast No, in fact, it was a podcast that I did on my own podcast, actually, where I said, the more that you serve humanity, the more that you will get back in return.
I can tell you've interviewed John DeMartini, because that's a very John DeMartini thing to say. But absolutely, and it's very true. Like, the more you're of service, the more it comes back at you. I think the challenge with that kind of statement for a lot of people listening, they end up with the when's it going to come back? I'm always giving. And I think that's part of the challenge is remaining consistent and remaining truthful and pursuing a path without a timeline or a deadline that by this point I should be here. And I think that's something to remember about a lot of the listeners is true, because I think I found myself at various points in my life going, well, for how long more? Like, come on, I'm a good guy. I've done this. I've helped this. I've helped thousands of entrepreneurs. When's it going to come? But I think that's part of the moment you go, actually, that's the moment to go, you just keep doing.
But I think that there's a couple of things that I'll challenge you on that, actually. And number one is, and I mentioned this actually last week, was if you have expectations, you'll become disappointed.
Absolutely. I agree.
So that's the first thing. So, and I think that's really, really important, because otherwise you start to also create a pressure on yourself, and you start to put pressure on yourself, and then it becomes stressful, and then you come from a place of ego rather than a place of service, and then the connection between you and the person that you're speaking to, or a potential client, or whatever it is, they're going to feel that disconnection, and it's really strange, Elliot, because it's all about understanding someone's energy levels. I always go with my gut instinct. If it feels good, then I go with the flow. Because most people think with their head or they think with their heart. Yep. But you need to think with your gut instinct. And so when someone has that gut instinct and it doesn't feel right, they won't go with it. It's as simple as that. And then you start to, again, question your integrity. Am I a good person? And I've been down that road, Elliot. I know exactly where you're coming from.
I don't know an entrepreneur that isn't. Doesn't.
That's emotion for you. We're only human beings. So I think that from my perspective, you know, that's where it needs to kind of stay with, really. So not to have expectations. That's the first thing.
Hey guys, I just want to say thank you so much for listening to today's episode. I would love to hear from you guys. Please do me a favor, like this video, subscribe to this channel, and click on the notification bell button below so that you don't miss out on some of the episodes that we've got coming up. Also, please make a comment in the comment section below. We are reaching out to some of our listeners so that we can get to an understanding about how we can personalize some of the great content that we've got coming out based on your needs and aspirations. My other word of advice as well is to go to our amazing Facebook community where you can meet other creative entrepreneurs and business owners. Introduce yourself, say hi, mention about some of the amazing breakthroughs that you're getting through some of the episodes, and network, right? Grow your business. You are with who you become with the 5 most common people you hang around with. So listen, guys, hope you enjoyed today's episode. We'll see you on the next episode. Take care and see you soon. Bye-bye.